Welcome to Finca Live. We're Sharon and Andy, just two people with a dream and a vision of restoring our traditional stone-built farmhouse in southern Spain, transforming it into a beautiful off-grid home and sharing our journey with you. Good morning everybody, welcome back to the Finca. We've had a lovely weekend. We met up with a couple of our subscribers, Ray and Maureen, went out for a lovely meal at the local bar and had a few drinkies afterwards. Thank you so much Ray and Maureen, it was lovely to see you again. And whilst we were there, one of our neighbours in the village asked me if I wanted a kitten. And I said, well not really, but then she told me the story about this little kitten. His mother had abandoned him for some reason and he was in the middle of the road. His eyes were closed, all bunged up with pus, and it was obviously he was going to get killed, so thankfully somebody rescued him and took him in, but she couldn't keep him. So she said he's about 6 weeks old and he needs a home. So yesterday he arrived and this is little Alfie. If you can see him, he is so tiny. Obviously we had kittens previously when our Bella got pregnant. Well, when we adopted her she was already pregnant, but we didn't realise. So we've had them before, but you just forget how tiny they are. So he slept with me all night, wrapped around my neck to keep warm, and he's eating well. Put a little video we took last night of him having his dinner. He's eating well. Just got to get him used to the tray now. So I don't think I'll be getting much work done today, but yeah, so this is Alfie. Say hello Alfie, hello to the camera. Hello baby, you see. He's very wriggly.
He's a hungry boy anyway, he's got a good appetite. That's a sauce he's eating off. It's nearly as big as him. And sticking with the good news, this generator is absolutely fantastic. It starts all by itself. It's pretty amazing really, you know, the batteries get to a certain level, a preset level, it starts itself up and then switches itself off when it's done what it needs to do. The only problem is, and that's the end of the good news, is because with the capacity of batteries that we've got, it shouldn't actually be starting at the moment, especially when we get good sunny days. We've got 28 kilowatts of batteries, which are only 16 months old maybe, and to give us a usable power down to 50% of 14.4 kilowatts. The problem is they're giving us about 1 kilowatt of usable power before they're getting down to below the 50% level, hence this is kicking in, and that means that the batteries are completely kaput basically, which is pretty disgusting and very, very disappointing given the amount of money that they cost, and they're supposed to do like 8,000 cycles or something like that. So we tried everything, even considering the fact where was the power going. Was it being fed back into the solar panels? Was there a blocking diode out on them? We've checked everything, tested everything, and the batteries are just, well, rubbish basically. So we need to get them sorted out, especially with winter coming. So we're having a total revamp of the whole system. The panels we've got, obviously, we're going to reconfigure it to a 48 volt system. We're currently on 24. Get some lithium batteries, and obviously we've then got to change the charger inverter as well to cope with the new 48 volt system. The reason for changing to 48 volts is it's much lower amperages and we need much less stuff inside to deal with the power from the solar panels, because you double the volts, the amperage stays the same or halves it technically. So yep, that's our cheapest option, so we'll keep you posted on that. So these are the batteries in question. I'm not going to name them at the minute, but because I'm currently in talks with the manufacturer and the people that supplied them. Funnily enough, the people that supplied them no longer supply them because they're not very good. We've had a load of problems with them. You can see there's 600 amp batteries in 6 volt batteries in 2 banks of 24 volts. They're wired in series. to give 24 volts there, they're wiring series to give 24 volts there, the whole lot's then wiring in parallel to stay with 24 volts, which should give us 1200 amps, 28 kilowatts. So yes, it's not good. We're currently in talks with the company Fortuna Logica that's helped us out in the past to see if they can help us to you know, replace this stuff. So like I said before, we'll keep you posted. And not surprisingly, or maybe surprisingly so, I don't know, the company that supplies us with the batteries and the actual manufacturers themselves, or the alleged manufacturers, we think they're bulk bought in from China, aren't even talking to us and not acknowledging our messages. They're just ignoring us basically. So there we go. Anyway, let's crack on. Don't know if you remember, we said the other day I was trying to get some pacha for Donkey and Goatee. We've got some, we can go and pick it up later. We've also got to go on, while we're out, we're going to have a look at some roofing stuff for the new box for the generator to keep that clean. And I've got the wood probably to pick up as well to build the box out of. So in the meantime, I'm going to carry on with it. I'm going to get this plate in place for to box in this soil pipe. I'm just going to form it in place. Once it's got all the rest of the bracing in, it'll be fine. This will work. There we go. Here it comes. Take that side. Same on this side. Excellent. A bit down the bottom there. Wonderful. I'll let that go off and then there we're gone. Let that go off and then look at getting the top made for it. Right, well I'm really scratching about for wood at the moment. If you remember the other day, Sharon was going to pick some up. I was trying to order it on the click and collect system when Sharon went to the dentist the other day, but it wasn't working, so I couldn't click or collect. And I didn't want to get Sharon to go in case she got the wrong thing, because Sharon's not a joiner type. But I've got this piece which has the same groove pattern. Sometimes they're offset in different ways, but it's got exactly the same as what we've got. So I can get this off here, bit of a quick sand, it'll come up like new. Just got to figure out what screws I use, because I use a lot of Torx screws and then normal ones, and so I'll have a dig about, see if I can see and get this off here, and then we can carry on then. We're on it, the crossheads, they're coming out. Nothing's going our way this week. It's one of those weeks. And there's one more at the bottom. I think we're free. Brilliant. Right, let's go and do some cutting. Right, you can see they fit super snug. I only need 43mm off this by just under a metre long. So I'm going to cut it to 998mm, 998mm, and then rip it down to 43, and then that'll be our first piece. I'm doing the outside piece first, the thin one, because it's got some tricky cuts on the ends. Rather than mess about trying to cut them out of a big one, it'll be dead easy, then a big one can just go in one piece. So the first thing I need to do, this little board here is just step back a little bit, so I just need to cut a notch out of this to allow it to go into there before I cut that side, because that side's on an angle that way. Everything's angled, nothing's straight here. So I'll just get a measure on this, mark it and go and cut it, and then we'll come back to you. Right, so that one's cut. I've just measured this one. It needs to be at an angle from that mark that you probably can't see to the corner, and that should give me a perfect angle for that side. So I'll go and cut this one and we'll see if it fits. Right, so it's in, not a bad joint there, and not a bad joint there. Fantastic, right. Right, so with that one done, the next one now is just a simple straight cut full width of the board. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue these two together. This will obviously fix to the front down there. I need to put some stands in, some legs in at the back to obviously support the back of it. So what I need to do, I'll take this off for a bit, put the spirit level, the little level across there, and offer a piece of wood up, mark it to the vertical height, cut it, and I'm just going to foam them in place so when the whole lot sits on, it's got a good thing. You'll be able to jump up and down on it hopefully. So that's the next thing. Some more offcuts. Just held the level across there and put a mark on him. I'm going to mark him number 1. So I know he goes in there, and I think I'll have 2 more in, keep it all solid. Right, so they're all in place. Dead level across the back. I've got the level sat on top of them, as you can see. I'm just going to form them in place and hopefully the level will hold them where I want them to be. Then we can get the top on. More power. I'll just clean the nozzle, it's not working. Right, we're all done. It's they're not doing it, it's not doing anything structural because the weight's going to be transferred directly down to the floor which they're sat on. It's just to hold them in place while they go off. Right, so we'll let that go off now and come back to it in a minute, well 20 minutes.
And meanwhile I've just popped upstairs to see how little Alfie's getting on. That's the smallest box we've got, and I've put him some cushion in there, and he's got a little mouse with a bell on which he's been playing with earlier on. He's just had something else to eat. I'm feeding him every 2 hours at the moment, but thankfully he is eating wet food, so I'm not having to bottle feed him. But I have got some kitten milk for him as well. But he's doing really well. He's such a good boy. He's using his tray, got a little tray there at the side, albeit he misses sometimes. But at least he's got the hang that he's supposed to use it. Here he comes. Hello Alfie. Hello darling. Hello baby. Come here then. Come here little boy. Oh, look at you. Look at you. You're so gorgeous, aren't you? You're so gorgeous. I know. He really is so tiny. You forget how tiny they are.
Right, so I've just cut the back bit. When I said there was no more angles, it was a straight cut. I lied. There's a slight angle where it meets this, 1 degree to be precise. So I just need to let these go off fully. They're going, and then we can get these two glued together. In fact, I might just glue them together now. And then hopefully it'll go in. So yeah, I'll do that, and then when this is gone, we're ready to just fire it in. Don't know whether to nail it or screw it. If I screw it, I've got easy access to it, but will I ever need to get behind there? Don't know, so we'll think about that. So there we go, this glue is just dropped in place. We'll let it all go off and then look at fixing it. Then we can carry on with this bit. Right, let's see if we can get some straw or some packer. It's not really straw, it's straw with a bonus.
we've scored anyway, so that's good. Just loading it up now. We'll have a donkey, a happy donkey and goat at last. They've been surviving on cebadas the last couple of days and they don't like it so much.
Hola.
Hola.
Right side of the building now, we've got 3 in, I think they're 1.5 metres, we only need 2, so he's just unloading a wagon, so when he gets back, we'll see if we can bag them while we're here.
So, happy days. We've got a trailer full of straw, we've got our roofing for the box for the generator, we've got some diesel for the generator, which I was unable to get on Saturday, I had to get the normal stuff, and 40 kilos of food for goat, so he'll be happy. So now it's time to feed them all.
Well, we're getting nowhere fast at the moment. The wood's coming to build the generator box, so I need to get this trailer emptied. We're going to stick the straw up there, put the roofing bits by the generator and go and get the wood. Go on that one. There you go.
Here we are at Conzi Decor, another local builders merchant, and he's just strapping down now the wood, and then we can crack on with the shelter for the new generator. Happy days. And we're on our way back now. We've just come across this. As you know from a previous video, friends of ours, their woodland caught fire recently. Fires have been raging all over Spain with the really hot summer that we've had, and it looks like there's been a serious fire on this hillside here. What is scary though is how close that house is. It must have been terrifying for the people that lived there. Yeah, it's very sad.
Right, so we're back. I'm going to get this trailer unloaded. I want to start on the box for this tomorrow. The roofing bits are there. I want to try and get it done because I don't want it to end up looking like this. That's our old generator that's been outside waiting for a roof to come over it. It doesn't do any harm, it still works well, but goats jumping about behind you there. Yeah, it's nice to keep them looking nice, isn't it? It's a lot of money, we want to look after it. So I'm going to be on that tomorrow, but we've been forecast, we're threatened with rain. Whether it's going to happen or not, we don't know. They said it was going to be totally cloudy all day today, and it's a blue sky and the sun's shining, and it is late on in the evening as well. So we'll see. So in the meantime, I'm going to get cracking and get that wood out of that trailer. Unfortunately, we're going to have to disturb this one that's very comfortable in the trailer in the shade of the timber. we just had some fantastic news. If you remember, I said earlier, Paul and Gareth from Fortuna Logica, who've helped us out with panels and water heater and things in the past, have kindly agreed to supply us batteries at a very, very good cost. These are state-of-the-art lithium batteries, going to last us for many, many years. They've also helped us with an inverter as well. So I'm going to put that link in the description. If anyone in the Valencia, Alicante area looking for solar, check them out. I'm sure they'll do you a fantastic deal as well. Great people. So we're going to get this generator box done. They're said to coming over on Tuesday, hopefully. I don't even know what day it is today. Wednesday. Next Tuesday, that's a week yesterday. So in the meantime, I'm going to get this generator box. We're going to leave this utility room on hold. It's functional, it doesn't need to be done. Other things are more important. Then after the generator box, will hopefully be getting into reconfiguring our solar system, turning it from a 24 volt system, which means reconfiguring all the panels or rewiring all the panels, and putting all this new 48 volt super duper stuff in, which should do us hopefully for the rest of our lives. So thank you so much, Gareth and Paul. Yeah, you're absolute stars. Check them out, links below in the description.
So guys, it might be a bit of a short video this week for you, and we've had a lot of things crop up unexpectedly, one being little Alfie here, who's doing great by the way. The solar problem, it's just been one of those weeks. We do have them. But I just wanted to update you on the merchandise, because on our last video somebody was asking how we were getting on with the t-shirts. We've had our sample back, and to be honest, we wouldn't pay the price for it. They're not cheap, and we wouldn't ask you to pay the price either. The quality of the print is dreadful. The fabric is really cheap and nasty. So it's still work in progress on that front, I'm afraid. We need to find another supplier. But we'll keep at it, and we'll let you know as soon as we have something in place. So thank you as always for watching. Thank you to all our subscribers, all our supporters, and we will see you on Sunday.